Siddhant, and then we will move on. Yeah, please.
So we have seen the MEA release last night. Our High Commissioner is going back to Islamabad. The Pakistani High Commissioner is coming back to India. Is it right to say that the worst is over, the de-escalation has happened between the two countries?
Siddhant, there was never an escalation from our side. I have made it very clear, Foreign Secretary has made it clear in his statement, that our strike was not a military operation, but a counter-terrorism operation against Jaish-e-Mohammed. This was necessitated by the lack of action by Pakistan on the perpetrators of Pulwama attack and on credible intelligence information about more imminent attacks on India by those who were being trained in Balakot. On the contrary, the escalation was done by Pakistan. Yes, please.
Ravish, please allow me. First is on Pakistan. Pakistan Prime Minister yesterday said that Pakistan will not allow any terror group to operate from its soil, and this could be, God willing, this could be a beginning of a new era. How would you respond to his last night's interview? And also a question on Nirav Modi. We are not seeing much of action against Modi compared to what we saw against Mr. Vijay Mallya.
On the first question, the answer is in the statement which I have read. You see, we have seen this happening time and again. As I mentioned, that the same script is repeating again, you see. So Pakistan has to now move ahead beyond mere words and take some credible, verifiable, and sustained actions against terrorists and terror groups. So that is what they have to do. And on the second one, you see, you are aware that we have made a request based on information received from ED and CBI. We have made a request for extradition with the UK authorities in August last year. Despite whatever we see on television today, the status remains the same. UK is still to respond or is still considering a request for extradition of Nirav Modi. Any follow-up on that? Let me take all the questions. Yes, please, Maha.
So since the Telegraph has been able to track down Nirav Modi, it's very evident that he is very much in the United Kingdom. What kind of pressure will then be built now to bring him to book?
Maha, please try to understand that the fact that we have requested the UK government for extradition of Nirav Modi, it means that we were aware that he is in UK. Otherwise, we would not have made a request for extradition. And also try to understand how the whole process works. Just because he has been spotted doesn't mean that he can be immediately brought back to India. You see, there is a process. UK government, we have made a request. It is for the UK government now to consider a request and respond to the CBI and ED demand for extradition. Yeah, Pranay.
क्या नीरव मोदी के मामले में जो हमारी एक्सट्रेडिशन रिक्वेस्ट है उस पे आखिरी कम्युनिकेशन यूके गवर्नमेंट से हमें क्या प्राप्त हुआ था और अभी जो प्रोसेस का मामला है वो कहाँ अटका है, किस स्टेज के ऊपर है, व्हाट आर द फॉलोइंग, मतलब इसके आगे के स्टेप्स क्या हैं?
देखिए प्रणय, आपको पता है कि जहाँ तक विदेश मंत्रालय का सवाल है, किसी भी देश के साथ अगर हम एक्सट्रेडिशन रिक्वेस्ट सबमिट करते हैं, वो रिक्वेस्ट हमारे एजेंसीज के बिहाफ पे हम करते हैं. आपको पता होगा कि एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टरेट ने हमें भेजा था अर्ली अगस्त में रिक्वेस्ट के लिए, जो हमने उनको यूके साइट को दिया. सेपरेट रिक्वेस्ट आया था हमारे पास सीबीआई से, जो हमने एंड अगस्त में यूके साइट को फॉरवर्ड किया है. हमें जो अभी तक बताया गया है कि ये जो दोनों रिक्वेस्ट हैं, दोनों ब्रिटिश सरकार के विचाराधीन हैं और हमें वहाँ से अभी इसके बारे में, इसके आगे कोई जानकारी नहीं मिली है. हमें यही पता है कि ये विचाराधीन है. रिलेटेड टू दिस मैंने हिंदी में तो बोल दिया.
सर, बेसिकली हम लोगों ने ये देखा है कि ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट के पास आपके 1 दर्जन से ज़्यादा एक्स्ट्राडिशन रिक्वेस्ट पेंडिंग है, लेकिन जिस तरह से आप लोग परस्यू कर रहे थे विजय माल्या के केस में कि हमें ये सफलता मिली, क्या वजह है कि नीरव मोदी के केस में 6 महीने से स्टेटस एक जैसा ही है?
नहीं, देखिए, आपको ये अगर आपको लग रहा है कि इसमें परस्यू नहीं किया जा रहा है तो आपकी गलतफहमी है। जितने क्लोजली हम दूसरे केसेस को फॉलो कर रहे थे, विजय माल्या के केस को फॉलो कर रहे थे, उतनी शिद्दत से हम इसको भी कर रहे हैं। सो ये सोचना कि इसमें हमारा ध्यान नहीं है, ये आपका बिल्कुल गलत धारणा है। और मैं आपको बता दूं कि भारत सरकार की तरफ से, विदेश मंत्रालय की तरफ से जो भी कदम जरूरी होगा हमें उठाने के लिए, उनका एक्सट्रेडिशन के लिए, हम उसको उठाएंगे। ऑन द सेम? No, they have not requested for a fresh request. You see, I think what happens is that when you submit a request for extradition, once the UK government goes through the document, if there is any demand for any additional document, we communicate that request to the agencies. As far as this issue is concerned, I am not aware of any extra document or any extra request which has been made to us from the British government. So the matter at this point of time remains that it is under the consideration of the UK government and we are waiting for the response. Srinjo, on Nirav Modi? Aapka?
So also Pakistan subsequently. But so on...
Okay. That was a googly, but yeah, please go ahead.
So on Nirav Modi, has the government after the 2 extraditions written any letters reminding the British government, and what has been the reaction of the British government? How have they seen this? How have they taken this entire issue? What is your...
Srinjoy, till we get a communication from the British government, we of course don't know the reaction, and there's no reaction as such. You see, when you submit a case for extradition, it can only be in the consideration of a foreign government. You don't get an immediate reaction on that submission. Now, as I mentioned, that if there is any shortfall or if there is any extra demand from the British government, I think that will be communicated to the agencies through us. But as of now, what I understand is that the matter still remains under the consideration of the British government. Srinjo, I have said that the government of India is taking all steps necessary, as we have done in other cases, to ensure extradition of Nirav Modi to India. Parikshit and then Ashish.
Post that, sir, no consultations between India and UK.
No, look, I will take you back to the process. Now, I mean, do you think that in other cases there has been a consultation process?
Yeah.
Extradition request does not involve consultation, but I can assure you that at repeated intervals, request for expediting has been done. But it can't be dubbed as a consultation. You see, when you file a request, of course, you follow it up. So that follow-up has been done.
Okay, so just one question on Pakistan. You made this very important point that we have electronic evidence available with us. So does this mean we have evidence of F-16s intruding into Indian territory and firing air-to-air missiles on Indian aircrafts, or we also have evidence of the Indian MiG-21 Bison shooting down the F-16? Because that is what Pakistan has been contesting, saying that no aircraft of theirs was shot down.
Parikshit, these are operational matters, but I'll try to answer your question. You see, number one is that we stand by the statement which has been made by the Indian Air Force. I think this is in the public domain for all of you to see. Let me repeat once again. Indian Air Force MiG-21 Bison, piloted by Wing Commander Abhinandan, shot down a Pakistan Air Force F-16 fighter aircraft. There are eyewitness accounts and electronic evidence to this effect. We have also shared evidence in the form of parts of AMRAAM missile that was recovered from the site, which are only carried by F-16 aircrafts of the Pakistani Air Force.